If you have been carrying a lot lately, trying to keep up with work, taking care of your family, supporting aging parents, making decisions about what is next for your life, and still somehow trying to find time for yourself, then this video is for you. Maybe you are not just tired. Maybe you are emotionally full. Maybe your mind has been racing, your creativity has been quiet, and you have been giving so much of yourself that you are not sure when you last felt truly recharged. I want to invite you to pause with me as I share my time on Florida's Emerald Coast. And I want to share why places like this remind us that rest is not quitting, stepping back is not falling behind, and taking care of yourself is not selfish. Sometimes a little space is exactly what we need to hear ourselves, and most importantly, to hear God again. There's something about this place that just resets everything for me. I'm out here in Fort Walton Beach, just outside of Destin, Florida, right along what people, and it's known to be called as the Emerald Coast. And if you've never been here before, let me tell you, this isn't just any beach. The sand feels different. The water looks different. And honestly, you really feel different when you're here. This right here is my favorite beach in the United States. Let's start with this sand, because what most people don't realize is you're not just standing on ordinary sand. This sand is actually made from quartz crystals that originated in the Appalachian Mountains. This history, and I looked this up, it really tripped me up because I'm just wondering low key, how do they know this about this sand? Because as the story goes, over thousands, no, actually millions of years ago, those crystals were broken down, carried by rivers, and eventually deposited right here along the Gulf Coast. And this came from the Appalachian Mountains. That's the explanation as to why the sand is predominantly quartz and is famous for being fine and white. It feels almost like powdered sugar between your toes. It doesn't clunk onto your skin like brown mud after a while. It clings on you very fine and thin, and I absolutely love it. You're literally walking on history when you're walking on this sand. You're walking on something that's been shaped over time, pressure, and movement. And I think there's something powerful about that. While here, I stay on the beach from morning until evening, all day long. And this time I was more thoughtful as to why is it so magnetic for me? Now look at this water, that emerald green color, that comes from the way sunlight reflects off the quartz sand and beneath the surface and mixes with the natural minerals in the Gulf. It's calm, although today's a little rough. It was a storm earlier, but it's clear and it's steady. And being around water like this, it does something to you. Not just emotionally, but physically, mentally, and even spiritually. There's actually science behind why being at the beach feels so healing. The salt water, let me tell you, it's rich in minerals like magnesium, potassium, and iodine. When your body comes into contact with it, it can help reduce inflammation, support skin health, and even relax your muscles. It's almost like nature's therapy. And I found myself being able to just pop up from my low beach chair with ease and no hesitancy at all, no aches, no pains, nothing. You know how sometimes when you get up from a seat, you pause before taking your first step? But here at the beach, I never had to do that. It was smooth and seamless. And then there's the air. That ocean air is filled with negative ions, which are tiny charged particles that have been shown to boost mood, increase serotonin levels, and help reduce stress. So when you take a deep breath out here, you're not just breathing in air. You're breathing in clarity, Sometimes in your regular day, you might have a lot of things layered onto all the things that you already have to do. And having that sense of clarity is important. But sometimes it's hard to gain when so much is coming at you at once. And let's talk about the sand, the sound of the waves, the consistent rhythmic motion. It actually helps calm your nervous system. It slows your heart rate. It helps your brain shift out of that constant go, go, go mode and into something more grounded, more present. It's a quiet and it relaxes your soul. For me, this isn't just a vacation spot. This is a reset space. Because if you're like me and constantly building, creating, leading, solving problems, your mind doesn't always get a break. And if you don't intentionally step away, you start running on empty. And that's why I come here. Not just to relax, but to recharge. There's something about sitting right here, feeling the sand, hearing and feeling the waves, watching the horizon that clears out all the noise. And once that noise is gone, that's when the creativity comes back. Ideas start flowing again. Clarity comes back. Energy comes back. It's like your mind finally has space to breathe. And I think that's something a lot of us underestimate. We treat rest like it's optional, like it's something we'll get to after everything else is done, after you win the lottery, after you retire, after you become an empty nester. But the truth is, rest is part of the work. This right here is part of the process. Because when you recharge properly, you show up better in everything else you do. And it's not just about productivity either. It's about alignment. Being out here reminds you of what actually matters. It slows you down enough to reconnect with yourself, your thoughts, your purpose. Even something as simple as putting your feet in the water, it grounds you. There's actually research around something called earthing or grounding, where direct contact with natural elements like sand and water can help regulate your body's electrical balance. Now, whether you look at that scientifically or spiritually, you can feel the difference. You feel lighter, more centered, more present. And I think we all need a place like this. It might not be the beach for you. It might be the mountains or a quiet park. Even just a space where you can unplug and just be still and know. But wherever it is, you need somewhere that pours back into you, because life will take, work will take, responsibilities will take. Let me know what's taken from you. And also in the comments, where do you go to refill? For me, it's here. It's the sand, it's the water, it's this moment. And every time I leave, I don't just feel rested. I feel renewed, re-energized, refocused, ready to create again, ready to build again, ready to show up fully. So if you've been feeling drained or stuck or just constantly on the go, maybe it's time to step away for a moment. Find your space, reconnect, recharge, because sometimes the most productive thing you can do is pause. And if you ever get the chance, come experience this for yourself. Florida's Emerald Coast along the Gulf of Mexico/America in the Florida Panhandle. This beautiful stretch of shoreline includes communities like Fort Walton Beach, Destin, Miramar Beach, Pensacola, all the way down through Alabama, known for its sugar white quartz sand and clear emerald colored water. It might give you exactly what you didn't even realize you needed. Thank you for tuning in, and please continue to enjoy this video. And if you got to this part, be sure to also thumbs up it. Share with someone who needs to also refill. Thank you. I am Coach Sherry.